Alrighty, so it's Tuesday. There is no new Chainsaw Man chapter. I've been a little busy the last few days, so I wasn't able to record Sunday or Monday, but I figured I would use today to just kind of catch up on stuff. I must have been so devastated by the last Chainsaw Man chapter that I just completely didn't notice that a new Chojin X came out the same day. But the new Chojin X chapter is pretty much Yamato Mori fighting this new antagonist group, which is the army of Queen McMahon and the country of Guelta. It's kind of just a lineup introduction, and you can kind of deduce what some of their powers are. There's the mushroom one, and then there's the lady with salt. Higashi and the salt lady have a little interaction, they have a little fight, and she asks him if he has had a dream of a man with no head, which of course we know he has, because during the last arc, the tower arc, we get this huge reveal that Higashi is actually a clone of Queen McMahon. That's pretty much that chapter. It's setting up, the next major group of antagonists. It's setting up also the big bad of Queen, which seems like a very natural progression. I really didn't know where we would go after, Tower of Despair and Batista being dead and all that, but I think Queen is a pretty natural progression. So yeah, of course, I love me some Chojin X. It's a little treat every time a chapter comes out, because chapters of this just kind of come out whenever. The next thing is the new Sakamoto Days chapter, which is, it's just Osaragi and the baby lady from the last chapter. It's their fight. They blast through some buildings, they banter a little bit. Osaragi drops her weapon, which then she starts freaking out about Shishiba getting angry, but she gets the lady to cut a pipe and spray water everywhere, but the lady's like, I put poison in the pipe, you see, I put poison in it. That's one of the things that kind of annoys me about gachas in Sakamoto Days. I think the thing that's bothered me the most about my time with Sakamoto Days as a series is it asks me to suspend my disbelief every other chapter. This is a very interesting series to me because it doesn't have like a set power system. People can do anything. We have a character who is an actual robot. We have somebody who is lucky. Not really explained why. There was a serial killer that had spikes inside her body. Not explained. But all that being said, it's okay because it's Sakamoto Days. It's a silly little story about assassins who can do fucking whatever. But it asks me to suspend my disbelief so many times because of that. Okay, yeah, I have to make myself willing to believe that he survived because she burnt through so much luck that the tunnel effect happened. A 1 in a kerbillion chance that the atoms of a blade and the atoms of a person will just phase through each other and they won't interact. Okay, I have to suspend my disbelief now and tell me that prior to this lady showing up to fight the characters that we're watching, she was poisoning the pipes, like setting up a trap for later when they start fighting. That makes no sense. I'm sorry. But, I mean, yeah, good action-filled chapter. That's kind of all I have to say about that. Moving on to yesterday's chapter of Dawn to Dawn. It's still the gang going out, and the quote-unquote date isn't working so well. Shiratori is distracting Okurin talking about dinosaurs. Dinosaurs. Has anybody seen that new Netflix documentary, in quotes, Dinosaurs? As Morgan Freeman doing the voiceover. I can't hear Morgan Freeman say the word dinosaurs without smirking. Look at that little dinosaur. Okay. And while that's going on, Gigi and Momo are looking at penny candy. That scene ends with Gigi and Momo going to an aquarium tour, while Okurin and Shiratori go on a dinosaur tour. And the rest of the chapter is Ken and Vimola walking around on their own until they see a new member of this Saint Germain group character. I don't know if we've seen this guy before. They all look the same, and I know that's probably done on purpose, but it's still difficult to figure out who's who. He keeps talking to Kin about how weird his hair looks, and then eventually he gets him into a barbershop and then kicks Vamola out. My hope is that for the fight with the main 4 characters, that something aquatic shows up during the dinosaur tour and vice versa. A dinosaur shows up somewhere in the aquarium, and I genuinely don't know what to think with the secondary fight between Kin and Vamola and this barber guy, because the last time we saw these guys, a member of Saint Germain's group, fight people, it ended with them getting bodied by Hanuko. What I want out of this next arc, just full stop, is at the very least finding out what this whole Pinocchio thing is with Okarun. I don't think it is the club. I think that's its own thing. Although, it does make sense if you think about Pinocchio's like nose getting longer, but that's its own item. I think it's something else. It's a power that has been in Okarun this whole time, which I think is what the next several arcs are going to be. Maybe Kin is gonna awaken something after fighting this barber. Who knows? But that's pretty much all I had to talk about regarding all of these chapters. I am gritting my teeth waiting for the last Chainsaw Man, but tomorrow there should be a new JoJo Lands, and then Thursday is the first episode of Part 7. So I'm eating good, I think it's safe to say.